Good evening. Welcome to News and Views with Bella. I'm your host, Bella. We have our special guest today. As you guys might know, it's Chariots of Thunder. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
How we roll. I'm Nito. I am the VP of the Chariots of Thunder.
Okay, James Hardy. They call me Shy City, treasurer of Chariots of Thunder.
And I'm Tank, your Sergeant of Arms, Chariots of Thunder, COT, baby.
All right, you guys, welcome. And thank you so much for coming on.
Oh yeah, I'm glad to be here.
You know
Glad to be here.
You guys are known all over Charlotte. I just want y'all to know that. And it's all good things.
Yes.
All good
Okay.
things.
That's great.
Good.
Yes, it's all good things. I asked you guys to come on because since I've been down here, I've heard y'all names, and
Right.
I've heard every time I've heard y'all names, it's always been something good, something in the community. You guys are hosting something or giving something away or something like that. So, I knew one of your members personally, but he's Superman.
Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sue!
Yeah.
Sue.
Superman was my son's. Superman worked at Turning
Yes.
Point.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lord, Superman had my son by the ears. My son was terrible. And Superman kind of got him in line. He was one of the ones that was like, I just need a weekend with him.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
give me a weekend with him.
That was his
Yeah.
pet. He didn't play about
Like,
Turning Point.
my son respected him with everything, and I thank him for a lot because I used to be at that school. Like I had perfect attendance at Turning Point. My son,
Right.
my son was terrible. My son was terrible, but he didn't give up on him.
Right.
So I didn't even know he was part of Chariots of Thunder until I actually met you guys on the bike scene.
Mhm.
I said, "Oh my God, I know him! I know him."
Yeah.
So meeting him and then meeting you guys, I was like, "Oh my God!" Like he was a direct representation of what you guys stood for.
Right.
Like, and I really admire that, and I wanted y'all to come on and talk because the MC world is known for so much bad, but there's also so much good.
Right.
So
Right.
I brought y'all on so you guys can kind of give us a little insight on it, you know what I'm saying, and let people know that you don't have to lock your doors when you see y'all coming.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
And because I love to see y'all riding.
Right.
Like the bikes, like ever since I was younger, like coming from New Jersey on Mother's Day, they used to have a ride down Springfield Avenue every Mother's Day, and they'd bring the kids out, and they put the kids on the back to take pictures. They let
Right.
a lot of the older kids like ride on the back of it, like, and it's amazing.
Right.
It's amazing, but then you hear so much bad that it kind of overshadow all the good that you
Right.
guys do.
Right.
And I, for one, I have a support club,
Mhm.
and the support clubs, we kind of try to show the good that the MC world
Right.
does.
Right.
And I try my best every time I speak to people, you know what I'm saying, and we do kind of community service stuff. I let them know that the MC world is not what people say it is.
Right.
You got to get to know them.
Right.
Get to knowing them is to love them because
Right.
these are like brotherhood. These are people that you can count on in situations that you might need.
Right.
So I kind of wanted y'all to come on and elaborate on that. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? To give us a little background on Chariots of Thunder,
Oh yeah.
because you guys are one of the senior clubs here.
Right.
One of the more senior
Right.
clubs here.
Right.
So, I'm gonna ask y'all a few questions.
Uh,
I know what to ask and what not to ask. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do know what to
Yeah.
ask and what not to ask.
Okay.
So I want y'all to, what you can answer or what you
Right.
do want to. Just let me know, okay?
Okay. All right.
How did you guys, your club get started? How did Chariots, or how long has Chariots of Thunder been around, and how did you guys get started?
You want to
Cheers.
Well, it started, I believe, in 2002.
Yeah.
And we got it started with some of our founders is Money, Kelsey, and a lot more other brothers that originally started Chariots of Thunder, and throughout the years, it's just grown to be what it is and do what we do.
They all I say it all the time. They all started off just wanted to be positive, and Hardy, Nino, myself, we just took the baton and carried it forward. And unfortunately, money's under the weather right now. But I tease them all the time. Who told you to start a bike club?
Yeah.
To piggyback off what you said earlier, there's a lot on the bike scene that's being said, and we deserve it. It's our fault. But I always try to invite people, entertain people, just come. Forget about what you think or what you heard. Come and see what it's about. We're a bunch of old guys, retirees, or got careers, and we got stuff to lose. So you ain't got to worry about no nonsense. Yeah.
But one good thing about Chariots of Thunder, we got people from different
Background.
surrounding backgrounds.
Mhm.
Superman, he was with we didn't know what he do. He introduced us to them, Turner Academy, and once he introduced us to him, then we supported and helped him and everything. And like I say, it's just a bunch of guys from different backgrounds come together with a common goal of, hey y'all, we too old to be trying to do this, do that. Let's do the right thing and do for the community.
Yeah, and we're always trying to set a positive example. So, you don't hear nothing about the bike club until you hear something bad. If you watch the news this week, you heard something went on, I think up north, somewhere in North Carolina. So now you're hearing about the bad stuff, but the news or the big news is never around when we have community events, because when we go out here and do charity events, it's not just us. It's pretty much a lot of motorcycle clubs around Charlotte, and we all come together as one, and we bring in clothes, we bring in food, we bring in this, we bring in that, toys,
Back to school,
and
drive.
school events.
Yeah.
And then we go to these events, and we just hand that stuff over. We don't ask for anything in return, but you never hear that side of it until we get on a show like yours, so we can say this is what we do, other than just the bad stuff. And you can't say they're negative, and not try to get to know them. It's just like if you go on Beatties Ford Road and you're from the South Side, if you don't get to know nobody on Beatties Ford Road, you're gonna be scared to death. So until you get to know the people and go down there in some of the streets where they hang out at, and they get to see you and get to know you, then you see them in another light because you know them. But when you're looking in from the outside, it's like, oh my God, they gonna mess with them. They bikers. We're not a bike gang. We're a bike club.
Exactly.
And we want the community to come up to our place and enjoy themselves. Sit down, grab a bite to eat. We want you to come up there and see where we're at.
Yeah. The name of your club, Chariots of Thunder, is there a meaning or a story behind the name?
Ooh,
It's not I don't now, from far as I know, it has to be a story behind the name because it came up with it. And you got to remember too, like the founders that came along and started the club, I'm like 59, so they're way older than me. So now what we try to do is we try to capture the history and write it down. So from what my perspective and what I see is that, we got a motto, we have a mission statement, and then we also have a breakdown that talks about the different colors of the patch and, the city of Charlotte, and why you see a chariot there's a horse that's pulling the chariot, but the chariot is empty. You know what I'm saying? So there's meaning to it.
Yeah.
But you got to become a club member so we can explain it to you and say this is what it is. This is how we roll. And by the way, we are looking for club members.
Good.
But you have to have a touring bike, and it can't be modified. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's some meaning to it behind it.
Yeah. How would you describe the brotherhood in your club?
Awesome. I think I've been in the club longer than these two guys, and it's just again, you got people from different environments, different surroundings or work or whatever, and then we come together as one. And I mean, really, to get all of us in one room, you wouldn't believe how we carry on, how we cut up, how we, but it's all about respect one another. And I mean, really, to get all of us in one room, you wouldn't believe how we carry on, how we cut up, how we, but it's all about respect one another. And I mean, really, to get all of us in one room, you wouldn't believe how we carry on, how we cut up, how we, but it's all about respect one another. And we always there for one another.
Yeah.
If this brother called me 12 o'clock in the morning and say, bro, I'm broke down, can you help me?
Mhm.
We never leave that clubhouse without texting back, letting everybody know we made it home.
That's
Yeah.
So that's how close and tight we are. We're very close knit, very
And
close
it's, and
knit.
it's good to have some like-minded brothers, you know,
Mhm.
that's doing something positive. We love to get out here and have a good time, but at the same time, we want to give back too.
Mhm.
And when we get on those motorcycles and we ride down the highway and we're riding together, oh my God, it's like the best feeling in the world. you
It's
know?
therapy.
Oh my God, yeah, it's absolutely awesome.
And I don't want to rain on nobody's parade.
Come on, Ray.
We have our problems, we have our issues, but we self-correct. You know what I mean? Hey, bro, if he sees me doing something wrong, I see him doing wrong. Hey, bro, you need to chill out with that. Yo, let me talk to you. But overall, he's not lying. It's awesome. We're pretty good. I love it. I got 8 years in. So what? You've been here the longest.
Keep pounding.
So what made you guys decide? Because you got 8. How long have you been in?
I've been here about 6 years now.
Okay. And Hardy, how long have you?
Ooh, I'm going, might be give or take 15 years.
Okay.
15 years.
So how what made you guys decide to say, okay, this is what I want to do?
But what got me in, it was 2 members. We had one member, rest his soul, his name was Ralph. And in the bike world, when we first started riding, it was Ralph and this guy named Mike Gass, and we call him Mag.
Mhm.
We used to just ride together and was in different clubs. So Ralph got with Chariots of Thunder, and he said, hey man, this is a nice club, y'all come on and ride. At the time, we was on another agenda in a different club.
Mhm.
So then Mike Gaston, he joined the Chariots. And he said, man, you ought to come join this club, man. They awesome. These guys, they older, they ain't in all this, woo, 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 woo. And being that me and him was friends before and all that, that's what got me joining the Chariots. And again, like I say, once I got in, I met some awesome guys, older guys. Like I say, I can go on and tell you some of the guys that's in the club and was in the club.
I know for me, I used to go up to the clubhouse on North Tryon, or North Tryon.
Yeah.
And I would hang out up there. And then I had actually went to another club to try to petition them and join, but every time we tried to meet or I tried to go get with them, it was always off. Either I was off or they was off. And then I met Mike. I forgot why I met Mike, but I met Mike right before COVID, Mags.
Mhm.
And I met Mags, and then we started talking. So, our conversation was good. And he was like, yeah, y'all to come on up there and check us out, Chariots of Thunder. And I'm like, man, where y'all been at? He told me where they was at. So when I came up there and kind of started doing a hang around with trying to see what they was about, I knew, like, when I rode up there, it was like the aura that was on the yard, that the conversations I was having with all of the other brothers on the yard, I was like, yeah, this is it right here. I need to join these guys right here. All that other stuff about to be done. And I went ahead and took the step, and I became a Chariot. And that's it. I'm gonna be black and gold to the day I die. Chariots of Thunder, baby. That's it. That's it. And that's my story on it. Yeah.
It's funny because Mag was my reason too. Mr. Chariot is what I call him. I was fortunate enough to come up in the bike world. My grandfather, my dad, my uncles, my honorary uncles. So I always had a bike. Moved to Charlotte. I've been here 22 years. But I didn't always have a Harley. So I would hang out at Rudine's every Friday. Mag would be in there every Friday. And another guy, Easy from Buffalo Soldiers, was always in there. But we never knew that we all rode.
Mhm.
And one day I rode my bike to work, got off work, went to Rudine's, and everybody was like, you ride motorcycles? I was like, yeah. Mag invited me to an anniversary party, University City Boulevard, not North Tryon.
Yeah. There you go.
Mag invited me to a anniversary party, and I was sold. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good. I mean, he was the link in y'all chain.
It was. Yeah.
Now I know you were saying that they had to have a certain type of bike in order to be
Yeah. When I came in, it was, you had to have a Harley Davidson. But times change. You got all these other motorcycles out here. So we're not trying to be discriminative towards other motorcycles, but we want you to have a touring bike. You know what
okay.
I'm saying? We don't want your bike to be modified. You can't take a M109 and put saddlebags on it, put a fairing on it, and call it a touring bike. To us, that's modified. When you go into the dealership, you look at an Indian, they got touring bikes. You look at BMW, they got touring bikes.
Goldwing.
You look at Gold Wings, they got touring bikes. But everybody in the club, we're 100%. Everybody in the club now has touring bikes that are Harley Davidsons. But because if you don't have a Harley Davidson, that doesn't mean you can't join the club. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So when you bring your bike into the club and you say, I got a touring bike, we're gonna look at it. It ain't gonna just, I got a touring bike. It's gonna be some brothers looking at your bike while somebody's questioning you.
We have two brothers that actually have a Victory though.
Mm-hmm.
They do ride the Victories on the ride.
Yeah.
And
But let's set the record straight. First rule of thumb when you joined the Cherries is you had to ride a Harley.
Yes,
You
sir.
had to have a Harley. That was
That
was one of the rules of being, because we want to separate ourselves from everybody else.
Okay.
So that was there. But as time changes, things changes. We kind of sort of, I ain't gonna say
Right.
bend the rules, but
no, we had you
Made
gotta
exceptions.
evolve. You gotta evolve.
Yeah.
You're gonna become a dinosaur.
yeah.
So you gotta change.
Yeah.
You gotta change with time. And that's what we did.
Yeah,
Yes, you do not have to have a Harley Davidson, but you do have to have a touring bike.
Touring bike, right.
That cannot be modified.
Ain't made one.
Yeah.
Okay, Bike Week was just here. Did you guys go down?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, so I had so many mixed reviews on Bike Week and so many different stories on Facebook about it. What was y'all experience with it this year?
Not just this year. I've never had a negative Bike Week story.
Yeah.
Not one time. So it's either you or the people you hang with. So check yourself. I mean, from when I had a crotch rocket, I went to Bike Week one time without a bike and had a ball.
Yeah.
But this year alone, I had my fun. A lot of 9 times out of 10, when you hear a negative story, check the person's age first.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Where are you hanging out at? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't going nowhere where I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, and another thing I say, beware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
If you see something getting ready
Mhm.
to,
Then,
if you see something getting ready to jump off or whatever the case may be, leave.
Mhm.
But we as Cherries, we have our own house. We have our own beach house. And, some people from Charlotte know where we at. They come and visit or whatever.
Mhm.
But we have a good time. Like I say, when we all get together,
Mm-hmm.
we don't need nobody else.
That
We don't need nobody
it's a
else.
lot of y'all.
Yeah.
It's definitely a nice amount of y'all.
Yeah, we do have a good time when we're down there, man. Because, like I said, I've been going to Myrtle Beach about 12 years now, and I've never had a moment where I got to run and try to duck and dodge
Mhm.
or get away from that or get away from this.
And
But then when I started going down with these guys, it's like, man, we can go to the clubhouse we have. If you want to go to Atlantic Beach, you can,
Mhm.
but you have just as much fun at the clubhouse. We cook, we have our refreshments, we talk, we play cards.
Play cards.
The clubhouse is be like out of sight. So you got
Don't need to go
I
nowhere.
seen the
You don't need to
videos.
go
I
nowhere.
seen
Yeah.
some, I
Yeah,
seen some
clubhouse
of the
is out of sight
videos.
down there.
You guys rode. What's your most memorable ride that you've done?
Memorable ride or memorable time?
No, memorable ride.
memorable ride. She said ride.
Right.
Okay.
She said ride.
Oh man.
I think I know mine was when we went down to Tuscaloosa to support the Buffalo
I
Soldiers
didn't go there on that
for their ride. Yeah, that That would be mine.
Can I be honest with you? Anytime we ride and it's a group of us, it's a pack of us, to me, that's the best ride because we in uniform.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't boasting. We look good going down that road.
Yeah, the bright yellow,
looking
the bright gold.
We looking good. So
Yeah.
anytime we ride is a good ride.
Yeah, it's amazing though to be like on the highway and to see you guys come down, like all the bikers and stuff, because it's the formation is amazing. Like, and it's like it's just amazing. Like, I've seen it so many times. It's like y'all, it's the formation stays.
Right.
No matter if it's one club or another club or a bunch of clubs together,
Yeah.
all of you guys know the formation, and it's like it stays in that formation.
And
It's
seem like
wonderful.
people seem like the people on the highway, they just like, oh Lord, let me move over. When you be riding that mug by yourself, I mean, they run you slap
I've
over.
had some great rides, but my most memorable ride, I'm not going to give you the politically correct answer. My partner Wiz broke down, and we sat on the side of the road for about 3 hours till somebody could come get us. And me and him, I had a deck of cards. I rode to the next exit, got a 6-pack of beer, and we had a ball sit on the side of the road. Because that comes with the territory. Don't think every ride's going to be successful and no problems. I just pray to God that none of us ever went down and had no serious injuries or nothing. But we broke down and sat on the side of the road and played cards on the shoulder. That was my most memorable ride.
It was the time you spent with your brother. Yeah.
And let me remind you, when we do ride, we don't leave no brother behind. If one down, we all stop. We all make sure he's straight before any of us drive off and leave or anybody. So,
what's your guys' favorite destination or favorite road you've rode down? Do you guys have one of those, like, going different places? And I know it's scary riding in the mountains, so I know you guys don't like the mountain rides.
My most favorite ride is going to New Orleans. That's my all-time favorite place to go.
How long did it take you to get down there?
Ooh, about 13, 14 hours.
And you rode straight, no breaks?
Just stop to get gas.
Ooh.
Yeah, that ain't my longest ride, but New Orleans is my most favorite ride.
So is it the winding roads that made it your favorite? Or?
Not really. New Orleans don't have many winding roads. They got a bridge that's about 20, 25 miles long.
It's the open highway for me. If I have to ride on a 2-lane, side road, country road, I don't mind it, but I'd be in search of the highway. Yeah.
Just the open road.
Yeah, I like being on the highway when we ride.
I ain't gonna say too much. I did. I best that
How do you don't have a favorite?
Honestly speaking, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm being biased. It's this club in Robbins, South Carolina. They call Brothers of Horizon, and them some good brothers. We love them. They support us. We support them. We used to go down there, but my in-laws from Pinehurst, and we would stop through there, and the way people have treated my in-laws, the way they treated us and all that. I mean, one time we had a parade heading down that way, and I mean, it's just like I say, just to me that will always be my favorite because of the way my people reached out to my brothers on the bike, and they would have a cookout when we pull up. Oh no, church, come on, eat first, come on. I mean,
Yeah, that felt good going out there because it was like you was a star for that little bit of time. You was a star.
They don't limit no plates. They don't tell you can't go back for second. I mean, it was just that type of atmosphere. So to me, that was. And then, like I said, another time we rode to Atlanta. Remember, Kings of the South used to have a big thing down in Atlanta, and we would get together and ride down to their function, and that's another memorable ride too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you guys had any surprising interactions with anybody during your rides? Like people ride, roll their window down and say something to you guys.
Not Not that I
Not
recall.
nothing crazy,
Yeah.
but
No,
people
not
always wave,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
especially
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
So get their cell phones out and record.
Yeah.
But no, nothing crazy. I just came back from Augusta this weekend, and as I was coming back, some guys from Kings of the South Charlotte, we ended up connecting on the highway, and I just got information with them and came on up the road. So, no, nothing. No crazy stories. No.
So is that just something that just comes natural to you guys? It just when you see other bikers, just to get information with them?
If I know the club, if I know the
Yeah.
person, yes, they'll either get information with us or we'll get information with them. But I don't get information with people I don't know.
Okay.
Because remember, when you ride on the road and you're in a club, there's certain rules and regulations that
You gotta follow.
you have to follow.
Okay.
So you just can't jump in and ride with any and everybody.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. What's the most wildest and meaningful experience you've had as a club that you can talk about?
I would tell you.
Look,
I got to one day the brothers we all got to we didn't ride. Well, what happened was we ended up we rented a limousine. And we went to where did we go? Greenville?
I think y'all went to it
Don't
was
put
South
us in
Carolina.
that.
South Carolina.
Don't put
I think it was
us in
South
that.
Carolina. I heard it. I think
Okay.
South Carolina.
Hell, man. Don't get in that. Talk about where we go.
Well, we all went to I think it was Greenville, South Carolina, and we rented a limousine, and I mean it was jam packed, and we rode down there, and I mean we had a ball, and I ain't gonna tell you what time we got back, but when we got back, some of our wives, you ain't coming up in here this time now. You got to sleep in the car. You got to sleep in the truck. I mean, but that was one of the most memorable times that we had, as far as I ain't gonna say wow, cause we don't really do nothing that wild. We we too old for that.
I think for me it was when we did Hats and Boots. We did a Hats and Boots party on the yard, and
Is that the recent one you guys did?
nah, this is
okay.
like
First
the
one,
first one.
the first one.
3 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and what kind of caught me by surprise? Like we were gonna start at 6:00. Everybody go home and get changed. Shit, I came back at that mug by 6. It was jam packed. It was packed up on the yard. I couldn't believe it. But that's my memorable time for me because it was good that we had the event and to see so many people come out with their hats and their boots on and the DJ playing and music playing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that and the Christmas party like I
Yeah, Christmas parties.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Mine was when I first got into chariots. I wasn't trying to be funny, but I told the guys, I'm new to the chariots. I'm not new to the bike set, right? So I go through my probationary period. I get patched in. It's time to go to bike week. I told these guys I'm not new to the bike set. I got the bike week. I got my assignment. I did what I had to do every morning to help Bud with the breakfast. Them guys would not find me. Pew! I'm gone. Man, Tank, what's going on? We came to the beach. You supposed to hang out with your brothers. I said, man, I see y'all all year. I'm going to enjoy the beach. And just to piggyback on what we talked about earlier, I'm mindful of where I go, but I know these people. And until they prove me wrong, I'm going to support every party at Bike Week until something proves otherwise.
Yeah.
I go to Black Tigers, I go to Black Shepherds, I go to True Icons, I go to Invictus. I'm going. I'm pulling up on everybody that I can pull up on.
Right.
Okay. How has the club helped shape your life? Each of you guys' experience with being in the club and how it's helped your life so far. So you guys have long times in.
With me, it's some more of when we have the community events
Mhm.
and you get to give back to
Yeah.
the community. So, when I see those people, there's no way I can go back and complain and say, oh man, I got it bad. I don't have it bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I get up in the morning, I got a place to go to work. I can get up and ride a bike. But then when we go back out to the community and you see how you're helping people, then that's what does it for me, trying to help other individuals. And like you're talking about riding bikes. When we do some of these rides we own, and we ride through, for example, like Greertown. Greertown had a parade, and when you ride through there and you see the kids out there, how they be waving their hands and shaking and waving, you never know what they may put into you just riding by on a motorcycle like that. That's what kind of help, gives me the motivation and stuff too, with some other things. But that right there, just to see them waving and shaking it and waving their hands and doing this and doing that. I'm not no racist guy, but they look like me. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoy that.
Yeah, because little kids, they're fascinated with bikes. And like I said, when we come down the road, them kids, it's like little kids at Christmas. I mean, wow. So hopefully we giving them something to look forward to. If they can ride, I can ride. Or if they can ride one of them, I can ride one of them. Because once upon a time, let's remember, we couldn't ride a Harley or we can afford a Harley. But look at us now. So the things we do outside of ride is what impresses me the most. Because again, bikers get negative vibes and energy, but it ain't so much the ride as what we do or not ride.
It's kind of nostalgia for me because I remember being a kid and seeing my grandfather on his motorcycle, seeing my dad on his motorcycle, and I used to say, I'm gonna have me a motorcycle when I get older. Yes, it's good to do the community. I love doing that stuff too. I'm always showing up, but when I'm at a light or I see a kid on the corner, he's waving, she's waving, and ask me to beat my horn or to turn my throttle, that's what do it for me. Because I'm pretty sure that kid's thinking to himself, when I get older, I want a motorcycle.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything coming up? I know what's this June. Do you guys have anything coming up as far as community stuff?
As far as chariots itself, right now, immediately no. But what we do is we have several clubs having their anniversary party on our yard.
Okay.
Still Horses will be at our clubhouse Friday for their meet and greet. So when clubs, and they're not just Charlotte, they're coming from all over.
Okay.
Right.
So they got with us and said, hey, can we use your clubhouse Friday? Yep. Come on. And we do that for everybody.
And the first Fridays.
Yeah, first Fridays. We have our girl, Christy Jackson. She's from New Orleans, and she does a mean Creole dish every first Friday.
Okay.
So that's for anybody. Come on, get you something to eat, some good old Creole cooking. Yeah.
We're in the mix of planning on having an appreciation thing for like everybody who supported us. We're in the plans of having that, having appreciation.
Yeah, that's July 13th.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
July
having
13th.
appreciation and everybody just come out. We're giving food away, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna be giving
We're giving it away, and then we can't wait to football season because we always every Sunday.
on Sundays. Yeah.
You don't want to come up there if you ain't got the right uniform on. Chicago Bear.
Oh Jesus.
And we encourage that for real.
Yeah.
No matter what your team is, come wear your jersey. Come talk your mess because it's gonna happen. Bet a few dollars, make it easy on yourself. But yeah, we try to keep that family oriented environment. Our Sunday fun days. When I have my youngest boy, he's on the yard riding his 4-wheeler, riding his dirt bike, shooting his BB gun. So yeah.
I got a 2-year-old grandson. He comes up there. He let her throw rocks and play with rocks. And one thing about
pick up my drink.
Yeah. But our yard, where our clubhouse, it's family oriented. You can bring your kids up here.
Yeah.
You can bring your
I've been
children up
to
here.
several of you guys.
And I ain't never known nobody tap some dirt. So if they want to come up there and do what they do, that's fine.
We're sitting on 7 acres.
Of woods.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm telling you, I tell my son, keep his phone on and get out my face. Don't shoot at no
Yeah.
cars. Don't shoot at no people.
Yeah.
And he got some. Yeah.
I've been to a lot of you guys' events, and it's so massively supported.
Right.
You know, how do you guys feel about that? How do you feel about the amount of support and love you get in any of you guys' events?
I personally, I love it. And shout out to Money, Kelsey, Ralph, all them guys that came before us, because they laid the foundation. And it's just ongoing, you know.
Yeah.
We have no say so, but we'll have 1%ers on our yard and no problem.
Yes.
It's like
Neutral ground.
it's neutral
Neutral
ground.
ground.
It's an unwritten rule, like lead the chariots alone. And I love that. I love that for us, man. I love that.
And you know, the people that come and support us, we try to get out and support them too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just support the chariots.
Yeah, it's not one way.
We go back and reciprocate too. Try to support other clubs that's in the community. And some of them, you know, I think I've heard some of the cats go as far as West Tennessee to support bike clubs. And then in turn, they come down and support us.
And to piggyback on what he said, one time we had an event where we had 4, and it was uncalled for them to be in one spot at one time. Knock on wood. We had what was our anniversary? It was one of our anniversary parties. Nothing went off. Everybody got along. Everything was, it went great. And that was the first time, I believe, in history where all 4 outlaw clubs was in one setting and nothing went off. So we give respect.
Yes.
And we ask for a return. You ladies, you're welcome to come up there. If anybody disrespect you, you come us, we'll straighten it out.
Yeah.
So we don't like no kind of conflict, no problems. Not saying that we don't have them, but we handle it as it comes. But we always want the ladies, anybody to feel welcome to come up to our clubhouse.
But like he just said, what Nino said, it's not just a one-way street. You gotta go to these bike nights. You gotta go to other people's clubhouses. I was just in Augusta last weekend. The weekend before that I was in Jacksonville. This weekend I'm going up to Philadelphia. And I'm gonna visit Twisters up there. So you gotta show your face.
Yeah.
Not just locally. You gotta get out on that road.
So you guys ride in teams, or do you?
Well, pretty much. It's not a team thing. It's when an event comes up, we put it out. You might have to work. He might have something going on with his family, vice versa. So you don't have to make every ride, but we put it out. Guys will say, we got a group text, we'll put it out. Yay, nay, and you just keep rolling.
You keep rolling from there.
Yeah.
Okay, because you're on my page, so I kind of followed a lot of what you had going on. So you did most of that by yourself, or?
I'll do it both. Sometimes I ride by myself. Sometimes I ride with the club. But I won't just leave. I'll put it out. Hey, this is what I'm doing this week.
Right.
Anybody want to ride? I'm not waiting on nobody. They say no, I'm out.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't know. It's just that's why you let them know where you are.
Well, it's that, but also I don't want it to seem like, oh, Tank's just riding. Just no, here's what I'm doing. You guys are more than welcome. I'm putting it out there because I'm going. Now it's up to y'all if y'all want to go with me. This weekend that's coming is actually I'm doing some personal family stuff, but in the midst of that, I'm gonna go visit another clubhouse while I'm going. So that's just how it works. He's done rides without me. It just happens that way.
Yeah.
Just put it out there. If you guys are able, let's get it.
Okay.
See, those guys are married. I don't have that problem.
That was gonna be my next question. How do you time manage, and then how do you time manage that with your club? your club things and your rides and your family?
I know what I try to do is like I might go over there on Friday night, but then Saturday night I kind of be around the house or whatever my wife will do, and then I might go over there on Sunday, but I don't stay over there long on Sunday like I stay on Friday night. And then, of course, I gotta see with my wife, if she got something she want to do, it ain't just me. If she got something she want to do on Friday night, then, okay, yeah, I know I can't make it over there Friday. But if something's going on Saturday, then I'll go over there or Sunday and whatnot. But when I do go over there, I'll ask her if she want to go. She gonna say no unless it's like the anniversary party or the Christmas party, and she know where it's at. So if Friday and Sunday, if I'm not at home, probably more likely I'm gonna be over there. And I try to manage like that. Even when I was joining the club, hey, I gotta go over here and show my face. This is what I got going on. Let me get through this probationary period, and then everything will be back like it was. But I try to keep her informed on when the club start having events. I don't tell her about our club business, but when we have events and things like that and parties, I'll let her know that this is what's going on, and she can make a decision if she want to go or not.
I ain't crazy. I'm gonna tell you now. I respect the club, but if my wife give me that look and I say I'm going to the club, I'm gonna calm down. Hey, I ain't gonna be able to make it. I'll do it tomorrow or whatever. But my father-in-law got me really to start riding. So that kind of sort of gave me a little leeway. And like I said, like we say, my wife understands how the bike world is.
Okay.
But then too, I understand how the wife is. She gonna let me do but so much. But then when your wife give you that look, hey, when it's cold in the wintertime, chairs can't help me. I love my brother, but they ain't right. So I mean, it's all how you prioritize yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, she understand it. Then the club gotta understand. Cause first, God first, family second, chairs third.
So, yeah, that's basically it, ain't it? Yeah. All right. You guys did your upcoming events. Is there a way that I know most of you guys are on Facebook. So how would they be able to contact you? Because you did say you guys were accepting new members.
Yeah. I have, I don't want to put my cell phone number out there like that, but if you look at us if you find us on Facebook, I'm pretty sure you can contact the persons on Facebook and say, hey, I want to become a member. You know what? My number is 704-264-5706.
But you guys have a club page also.
I was about to say, I'm not putting my phone number out there, man. Hey, listen, Chairs of Thunder on Facebook.
Yeah.
Tank Long on Facebook. My picture is my face. Hit me up, DM me. I've had people do that. Hey, I want to come to Clubhouse. What's a good day? Yeah. Here you go. Come on Sunday. Come on Friday. But you're not getting my phone number. Nah.
Is there a specific criteria that you look for when you go to pick members?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yes.
But we have what we call a hang around period where you just come. You're not under no guidelines whatsoever. Come around because we want to see how you are.
Right.
And I'm not going to put the person's name out, but we had a guy hanging around and he would come around and he get to drinking and drinking and drinking. We all looked at each other like, nah, this ain't it. So when you're hanging around, believe it or not, we're not saying nothing, but you're being watched.
Yeah.
And how you conduct yourself out in public. We're watching all of that.
Yeah, and you got to be 21 years of age.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do, because you got everybody's looking at you. So you might be doing the same thing coming in. You might be interviewing us, but we're looking at you. You know what I'm saying? So we do want somebody that's a solid person. You know what I'm saying? You got your stuff in order, not just on your side. Like I got a wife, so I need to let my wife know that I'm going over here and try to be a part of this. And how does she how she feel about it? Some wife might not want you to have nothing to do with a motorcycle club. So you need to ask your spouse that question. how you feel about it. You know what I'm saying? But as far as that goes, you know, you just can't. In my situation, be married and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be over there 24/7, but that ain't gonna work. That is not gonna work. So you need the support of your better half if you plan on joining the club. If she's not gonna support you, you might want to look somewhere else, because you know we try to keep club business, and we don't get into your personal life. You know what I'm saying? We don't get into that.
Well, I say we also look for loyalty. We're looking for hardworking people. I mean, everybody, you can ride all day long, but if you're not honest, or you out here doing other things that we don't approve of and stuff like that, nah. So I say we like honesty, we like hardworking people, loyalty, and just respect. I mean, you know, and love what you do, but then in the same token, love the people that's you're doing it with. So
Because we have had a few that talk to get in the club, and then once you get in the club, it's like they lay back. But then some people got put themselves in a situation where they've been asked to leave. You know, nobody's gonna ask you to leave until you put yourself in a situation where we got bylaws that we follow too. So when you start trying to circumvent the bylaws, you're gonna be asked to leave.
We don't put you out. You put yourself out.
true that.
So how long do you guys keep them prospecting? I mean, prospecting, basically hanging around.
Each situation waivers is different. Some people might need another week, another 30 days. Some people, I'll use myself as a perfect example. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I worked my butt off, and it was just a little bit over a month where I got my top and bottom rocker and my center patch. So each situation is different. It's in the bylaws. I think it's up to 6 months.
Yeah, I think something like that.
So-
6 months.
But you don't have to do the whole 6 months.
Yeah.
Your performance will tell you, will tell us, hey man, bring them over.
Okay.
It
So
depends on the individual and the person, how bad they want to be.
the dedication and attitude. Okay.
Yeah, because if you continue to do what you're supposed to do and do it the way we like, and don't try to do what you want to do, then okay, your time can be shortened or it could be long. So there's no really set time. It's up to that person that's trying to get in the club. It's up to them, because all it takes is one person in the club to say,
So you guys go by each other's
everything is uniform.
Not just that, but all right, he works, right? So he might not be around. Now I was around that probie, and I'd be like, yo, Nina, such and such, this is what's going on. He's gonna be all right, or hey man, I don't know about this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you gotta trust your brother. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? His judgment, his eyes are he has to be my eyes sometimes, and I have to be his eyes sometimes. So,
So we rely on each other.
Yeah, that's something we don't question that, you know.
No.
Especially when you're a full patch member and you start somebody's coming in. If I'm not there and they there and they like either he up or he down, I don't question them not now one bit, because I know they're not gonna come out and run, try to flim flam.
Okay. All right. I know you guys are an independent club. So do you have any events that you go to every year? Any annual events that you guys go to every year, or
you mean as far as other clubs?
Like you guys do Bike Week. That's something that you do every year. Daytona. Is it anything else? Annually, because when you're under other clubs, you got the mandatory events. So since you're independent, you guys don't really have any mandatory events.
Right.
So
now we do have mandatory events, but that goes up to the president, and he normally gives us 60 days out. As much as I love Bike Week, I've probably been going 20 some years. I want to do Black Wall Street next year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have my own personal bucket list of stuff I want to do. Yeah. So
Black Wall Street is up north, right?
Oklahoma,
Oklahoma.
Tulsa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Help me
That's-
understand.
That's where they had the race riots at back
Yeah.
there in I think it was 1921.
So like the
Black Wall
last 3-4 years, excuse me, they've been doing Black Wall Street. So the more people that I know, hey man, you're gonna enjoy it. You need to go. And I think I'm going next year. No, I know I'm going next year.
One event was Tennessee. Everybody used to go
Memphis.
Memphis.
Yeah.
So these rides ain't mandatory, but like Daytona, Myrtle Beach, and well, like I said, they've been going to Memphis for years
Mhm.
and all that stuff. So these ain't mandatory, but we do have a group of guys that consistently go.
Okay.
Man, Street Hogs, our boys, Street Hogs out of Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
They always come support us, so we go support them.
Okay.
And same with Daytona. We got I think a female club. They always support us, and we go, Daytona.
Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all basic events are just supporting the ones that support y'all. That's something that you guys do
Well,
every year.
yes and no. Like with the Street Hogs, once we got really cool and connected with them, they made it a purpose that our event is mandatory for them.
Okay.
So in turn, we said, yo, y'all anniversary is mandatory for us.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
just networking and building relationships with other
Mhm.
clubs. That's all that's what that is.
Going out there visiting.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted you to kind of elaborate on Black Wall Street. I'm not familiar with it. I've heard of it before, but I don't exactly know what
Well,
it is.
You know what happened years ago with how
Yeah.
they done turned it into like a bike event now.
Really?
So it's been going on for maybe 3 years now. But don't quote me on the 3 years. I don't want nobody to jump in the comments and be like, oh, but a lot of people that I know in the bike world have always came back with positive things about it. So I was like, I'm going. I've been to Mile Marker 0. I want to go to Mile Marker 1. I'm doing that this year. I'm doing Tell the Dragon this year. And that has nothing to do with the club. Those are my personal
Okay.
bucket list. Now, if anybody in the club want to go with me, they're more than welcome. But I'm doing those this year.
So it's like a vendor's event, or is it just
Black
like
Wall Street is a vendor's event.
Okay,
Yes.
that's what I was.
And
Yes.
Black Wall Street,
Yeah.
if you go back and read the history, like Black Wall Street, it was a community of prominent Black folks,
Mhm.
churches, schools, doctor's
Hospitals.
office, stores,
Yeah.
hospitals.
Yeah.
And then, that event happened where somebody said something out of the way to another lady. And now you have everybody up in arms to go ahead and try to drag somebody out of their home.
She
Mhm.
lied.
And this was, from what I've read about it, this was the first time that the United States military was called in to do what they did, dropping turpentine bomb
Mhm.
on Tulsa, Oklahoma, and pretty much decimated the place and took over. But now here in, this is 2025, I'll say 2014, 2010 is when I started reading about it.
Mhm.
And now you have, this Black Wall Street, which is a good educational thing to go to and go out there and see it,
Yeah.
the Black Wall Street ain't the only place, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So I'm waiting for somebody to make a movie about it, but I've seen documentaries on it and I've read about it.
Yeah.
But it's something, like you said, I would like to ride out there and see it too. I'm not against Myrtle Beach, but if I can go out here in Tulsa and kind of learn something,
Yeah, and get some history.
that's what I'd like to go and see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look that up because I'm
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
shocked at myself that I ain't know nothing about
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I've heard about it,
It's
but I
gonna-
really want to read up on that.
It's going you to be like, wow, I didn't know that.
It's not giving me a start year. But a brief overview is this motorcycle-inspired festival in Tulsa, historic Greenwood District, formerly known as Black Wall Street, offers attendees the chance to immerse themselves in the area's past and present. Activities include tours, vendors, live music, guest speakers, and community organizations.
Okay.
It's not giving me a start year though.
So how did they incorporate the bikes into that?
Now that part, I'm not sure.
That's what I was trying
I'm
to-
not
Yeah,
sure.
find out.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Well, I think being that it's Black history, we as bikers, we constantly looking for things to do and things to, like I say, some of us never knew about it, never knew of it. So when something historic like that, I believe all bikers want to get involved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something
Oh, yeah.
positive.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like Atlantic
Absolutely.
Beach. Okay, we all know, well, supposedly the history of it. Atlantic Beach was once upon a time, that's the only place where blacks could go.
Now I did. I looked at the history on that.
Yeah,
I did watch. I watched a couple of videos on that, and they had them on. I think Tubi. I think Tubi has like the whole. It's like a whole 3 or 4 series. It's a series on
Yeah, yeah.
how it got started and how it's like the making of it.
yeah.
It's very
And
interesting.
see, people, they down there still trying to. I've always said I'm gonna support it regardless because of the history of it. Because a lot of people, black people, own property down there, and considered the way it used to be to where it is now.
Mhm.
I mean, all the property that was on the main strip, a lot of them people sold their property, or some
Yeah.
people took over, or da 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 da, and they trying to change it. But like I say, some things you just can't change.
Yeah. Hmm.
You may consider change the property, but the history of it is still in your mind. So I think as black motorcycle, we try to something like Black Wall Street and all that. We try to support and get to know more about it and get everybody involved.
Okay.
So I believe that's what
Yeah.
we, in the black bike world, that's what we try to do. Support one another and support our black history also.
Yeah, that's all we gotta do is to keep it positive.
Yeah.
Because it's like fighting a losing battle, trying to make sure people know that you guys are not what people say you are. You guys are not violent and incorporate violence. It's like fraternities and it's a brotherhood.
Yep.
It's a
Yeah,
brotherhood of bikers.
I kept trying to look, but it's not giving me.
But see, one thing about it, you can't hide from violence and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. I mean, not throwing anytime at anywhere, anything can happen. So we're not saying that we're not violent, we're not this, because you ain't gonna come up on my clubhouse and disrespect me and da 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 da. Yeah, we're gonna do it in a proper way. The nice way, excuse me, you need to leave, or da 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 da. Now, if you want to get physical, knock on wood, we never had to do that. We never had to experience that, but we can get physical if need be. But we try to avoid that as much as possible. But with today's world, it's kind of hard. We can have a nice event. Somebody might start something and da 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 da. So we try to keep that down to zero tolerance if we can.
But what's crazy about that is, the clubhouse is you guys' home. Just like somebody come and try to invade your own personal home, you're gonna be violent. You know what I'm saying? That's just human. You're protecting where you live at, and we're a safe space.
Right.
So it's always highlighted when it's, the bike world or the groups of our people. It's highlighted, but in actuality, it happens everywhere.
Right.
The violence happens in clubs.
Yeah.
But because it's it's a club, a motorcycle club event, they're gonna highlight it more than this club uptown that actually had something that probably blew up more than the little thing that happened at a motorcycle club.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just it's a stigma. It's crazy.
Well, it's just like when the CIAA used to be here. Now, every crime or everything that was done, they related to the CIAA, and CIAA ain't had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So it's that type of atmosphere we try to avoid. We try to keep at a minimum or whatever. But you can't run and you can't hide from crime. But we try to keep it zero tolerance where we at as much as we can control, and then all we can, like I said, we got law enforcement, we got all that. So we try to keep on straight and narrow.
If you come to some of our events too, like the last anniversary party we had was the sheriff or police? I think it was the sheriff. We had sheriffs up there too. So, you know, that's another thing when people kind of see the authorities there, they're like, oh yeah, either I'm going or I'm not going up there. But yeah, we definitely and just people that come up there, we want them to feel safe. So when you do come up there, we just ask to be respected. If you got an issue, then you need to come and grab one of us and let us know what's going on, and then we try to take it somewhere and work it out. But yeah, we've not had no issues where, you know, the police had to be called, ambulance, people running all over the place. No, we haven't had nothing like that. We ask for respect, we get it, but we also get respect.
Yeah, I've been. I was just scared walking in the woods at nighttime. I was over it. I was ready to walk back to my car. I said, listen, like,
We do got the
we
black
don't
bears.
walk in the woods nighttime.
Well, can I ask you a question? You say you've been to our Christmas party?
I've been to several of you guys' events.
Okay, how did you enjoy yourself?
I love your events. I love the events. You just got to come early, because if you don't come early, it's going to be crowded. You come early enough to, you know what I'm saying, because it's definitely going to get crowded. You're going to have to find parking, or you're going to be walking far.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yes,
But that's why we got the golf carts.
the golf carts are only picking up certain people. I had to walk in the woods.
In the woods.
To walk in the dark.
Oh man.
Lions,
You
tigers,
supposed
and
to
bears. Oh
you
my!
supposed to come find somebody.
Yeah.
She gotta learn. She gotta learn.
You ain't connected yet. You still going through your probationary
Oh,
period.
Jesus. That's all right. I know y'all now. I know who to look for.
Might cost you a little, might cost you a lot, but it's gonna cost you.
But our main two events is our Christmas party, which is in December, and our anniversary. That's May 12th. It's always our anniversary. And
Mother's Day weekend, because it's not always May 12th, but it's Mother's Day.
Mother's Day weekend. Yeah.
Okay.
So you have time to go on Sunday to do for your mother, but our anniversary is usually so. Our
Shoot, some of their mothers be right there.
Yeah. So our Christmas party is our biggest event. We always plan to do well with that, and like I said, our anniversary, and then I think usually we have something in September. It's our appreciation thing, but I think we're gonna have it kind of early this year.
Okay.
And like I say, Fridays, Sundays, we always up there. Just come by. Somebody be there.
Somebody
It's the
be there.
fish fries on Sundays, right?
We do cook on Sundays. It's not necessarily fish, you know what I'm saying, but we do cook. Like this past weekend, we had barbecue chicken, had a few steaks,
Lamb chops.
And Jesus. Yeah. Men can cook. Men can cook.
Do you guys have the flyers?
No, we
Yeah,
I used to
right.
do that
Yeah,
on
well, we
the,
have
on
I'll make sure you
Facebook.
get it. It's just a basic Sunday fun day flyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for coming on. I really
Oh, yeah.
enjoyed you guys, and it was enlightening and educating.
Well, on behalf of the Chairs of Thunder, thank you for having us.
Yes.
Yes.
Appreciate you.
And I will definitely be seeing you guys at your next event. I might be up there Sunday to get some food.
Yeah,
Come
Come
on.
on down.
I'm gonna have to call one of y'all to meet me at the bottom so y'all can walk me through the woods.
Ma'am, you can drive up. Only on events.
Okay.
Only on during events we have to go.
Our anniversary party, we say no cars because of auto motorcycles.
Okay.
But on Sunday, you park at the school and you walk through the woods. That's what you do.
No, because I'm gonna call one of y'all. Y'all forgot I got all y'all numbers. Don't. Somebody.
He gave it to
All right. I want to thank you guys, and I really appreciate you guys for letting everybody know that the MC world is not violent. You know, and y'all gave us a little highlight, on everything, and I appreciate you for that, because it is a lot of stuff that you can't say,
Right.
but the fact that you guys came up here is very appreciative for me, and connected. So,
Our location is 3365 West Boulevard. every Sunday.
In
Come
the
see
woods.
us.
Go Woods.
It's in the woods, y'all.
Yeah. Don't come up there smelling too sweet because you're gonna get bit up.
You ain't gotta be in nobody's motorcycle club, nobody's motorcycle
You
set.
don't have to have a motorcycle
You
to
don't have
come
have a
visit.
motorcycle. If you just want to come up there and hang out, listen to some good music, maybe grab you something to eat, get a refreshment. There
Dance,
it
dance.
is.
You gotta be able to dance now.
And wear some closed-toe shoes because you in the woods.
Man, listen, there's people that know and still come up there in them hills.
Uh-huh.
Trying to be cute.
We got a dance floor too, so you
Oh,
can
yeah.
come and get on the dance floor, and then we have a bonfire.
Yeah.
We have a bonfire, so we light it up everything. So
Yeah.
just come out and enjoy yourself. That's all.
Yes, they welcome you guys out. As far as us and the Connected family, we want to welcome you. Thank you.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna wrap it up, and you ready? All right, you guys. We're gonna stay connected.
That's what's up. Stay connected.
All right.
It is.
Stay connected.
Do you want that?